Hello YouTube, Sgt.Foose here with another video. This time it's going to be a tutorial for the Pineapple Mark 7, and today we're going to build an evil portal. Some of you might know I have already built a couple videos for the Pineapple, and but since it's a long time ago, I just felt like, hey, let's do a refresh. A lot of things happened in since last time, and yeah, I think it's good to every now and then show you guys something. So today we're going to discuss a portal called Ziggo. I call it Ziggo, and the reason for that is that, because Ziggo has an opportunity for an evil portal. So let's dive right into it. So in front of us is the GitHub page from Kleo, and Kleo, as you all know, has his portals, some default ones, and but for a country like the Netherlands, that's not really useful because many of those services we don't have. We do have Starbucks in the Netherlands, but not many people have an account with Starbucks. So I felt the need to make something that every Dutch knows about. At least a lot of Dutch people know about it. And in the Netherlands, ISP Ziggo is one of the largest ones. I think it's the largest one. And the funny thing is that when you are a client of Ziggo, you get a modem. So they give you send you a modem, and by default it broadcasts two SSID. So you get a personal one that's secret for everybody, but yeah, that's the one you're going to use in-house for your family. And there's another SSID. By default it's always on, and it's kind of hard to disable it. So and it broadcasts Ziggo, SSID Ziggo, and it's an open Wi-Fi network, and the purpose for that is that every Ziggo client can log into that and use his email and a password, and then he has internet access. So let's say you live in a certain part of the Netherlands. Let's say you live in Maastricht, and you're going to do a day Amsterdam. You can go in Amsterdam, walk in the streets, and scan for Wi-Fi. Find one of those Ziggo Wi-Fi spots, as they call them. You connect to it, and you enter your email and password, and away you go. It's not the fastest internet out there, and you also it's on a separate VLAN, so you're not able to see stuff from the family that you're using. But yeah, this creates a great opportunity for evil portals, because in the end, yeah, not many people use it very often, because when you're at home you connect to your personal Ziggo SSID. That's where you have the speed and the rest of your network stuff. So but yeah, every now and then you travel and you're like, hey, I could use some Wi-Fi, and then you connect to Ziggo Wi-Fi spot, and boom, there's our opportunity. So what you see in front of us is actually Kleo's portal for the Starbucks, but we modified it a little bit. So I'm not sure if he has a screenshot. Yeah, here it is. So this is the default one, and we're going to modify this one to make it look like this. I'm going to show you how to do that. So here we go. The first thing you need to do is you need to download Kleo's code. So in the top right corner on his GitHub page, the link will be down in the description. You can press download zip, and it will put it in your downloads folder. Find the downloads folder, and here you go. Here we have it. Right click extract. I have WinRAR, but I think that even Windows 10 without WinRAR installed gives you the opportunity to extract it. So extract the files, and there we go. And then in here you find Kleo's portals. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to highlight the Starbucks one. You say copy, and you say paste, and we're going to rename that. So we're going to rename it Ziggo Login, and I'd like to keep everything exactly the same. So when you want to customize it, do that later on. First start with what you have, name everything as that Kleo did, and then later on, when everything is smooth and working, feel free to modify, but that's the way you won't end up in asking Kleo, hey, your portal is not working, or you did a bunch of stuff and you might have overlooked something. So double click on that, and then here you see very few files. So the assets is where the pictures are hiding. We're gonna override those. I already made a copy in here, so I'm not gonna take you through editing all those files. It's just a matter of what I'd like to do. When I start with a portal, I open the assets, I go to the image folder, and then I look for properties, go to details, and then you see it's a picture of 2558 by 1452. So what I'd like to do is to find, and I Google for the picture I need. In this case I googled Ziggo icon, and then in Google I try to find a picture as close as possible as to the original format, because I know that with the HTML there's some scaling involved with smartphones, tablets, and that kind of stuff. So when you stick to the original file, you should be good. What you can also do is you can open this with any video Photoshop editor. By default you have the 3D, which is great for working with PNG stuff, but I'm old school, so I also like good old-fashioned Paint. So what you can do, you can save this as a copy. Where am I? I'm gonna go to downloads, and then I'm gonna go in here. So the name is also important at some point, so just I'm only gonna do one example, so name that something. Transparency will be lost. We don't care about transparency at the moment. So what you can do is you can Control A, delete, and save that. So now when I go back into my folder, see we have an empty one, and that's going to be very suitable for what we need, because you can stick whatever you want in this, and you're sure that your resolution, so the canvas size, will be exactly what we need, 2558 by 1452, and just Photoshop in there whatever you need, give it the background, whatever, go crazy on it. But that's how I used to do all these things. So I create blank ones and fill them. And you can do the same for the logo. This is 1000 by 1000, top of my head, 2000 by 2000, the square one, so it's important to keep it square. And the pixel, the icon, that's a very small one, 32 by 32. That's I find that always the hardest one to edit. It looks like the most simple thing, but anyways. So what we're gonna do, you need a program called Studio Code. Studio Code is by far the best option. You can also use Notepad to open all these files. So if I go open with, and I say Notepad, so the default Windows 10 Notepad, it will just work fine. You can edit it, but if you open it with Notepad, you can see it's all plain, simple stuff. That's one option. Notepad++ is even better, because it gives you some colors, and it makes it easier to read. But my favorite one is always the Studio Code. So when you install it, you get here an icon that says open with code, and you say open. If you do it like that, it will open the folder. You need to trust the location, of course, but on the left side you see you have the whole folder, and you can even open the pictures and see them. You can so the CSS styles, everything is here nicely in a map structure. So the first thing you need to do is we need to get rid of the name Starbucks, right? We took the Starbucks, we copied it, and we renamed it, but that was just a folder. So we're gonna need to rename some stuff now. The great thing about Kleo is that he updated his portals, I guess a year ago maybe, and it's now much cleaner than it was with my last video. So no need to go through all the files. So like the jQuery, don't mind, the portal one, don't mind. It's all this is all basic stuff. So the one that's interesting for us is this one. Starbucks. This one needs to be renamed. So I guess we can just go rename. And then, as I said before, keep everything the same. So if the letters are small, keep them small. If there's a dash login, keep it that way. Because in the end, I found, I did this a couple times, I found that it's by far the simplest way and the most safe way to do such a thing. Well, I'm looking at this piece because I know that if you install your Pineapple with a 2.0.0 beta, the way the .ep file looks is a little bit different. In the end, I don't think it matters, but that has changed a little bit. But since I'm going to recommend you to work with version firmware 1.0.2, the download link will be on my GitHub page, because I'm 100% sure that one works with Evil Portal. And I tested 1.1.1 stable and I couldn't get it to work. I did it a couple times, and so that's why I fall back. I trust that the guys from Hak5 will fix the code. The forums are very active at the moment. I see live Q&As on YouTube, so I'm confident they will fix it. But anyway, just a slight note here, I found that this changed. So as said, we leave this, and then we have the index PHP file. So this is the one where we're going to do the major changes. I'm thinking, what am I going to do first? So the bootstrap is found, the style is the one we're going to edit. So we're going to mainly edit those two files, and of course the pictures. And I think it's safe to say that if we upload it at this stage, so we're going to open a program called Filezilla. The download link will be in my GitHub. You need a file transfer program, and my favorite by far is Filezilla. So on the left side you see your local computer, and it's supposed to show the remote computer, or in our case the Pineapple, on the right side. So what you need to do is you need to connect 172.168.42.1. That's for everybody the same. Root is the username, it's also the same for everybody. And then we have a password that's unique, and it's the password you gave it when you first installed the Mark 7. The port is SSH, so that's 22, and when we quick connect to it, you'll end up in this folder structure. Now don't be fooled, because I have a portals folder in here. If you don't have the newbie Evil Portal installed on your Pineapple, this folder will not be in here. But so my recommendation is to first go into your Pineapple. Let's see if we can find it. Where is it? So it's 172.16.4. There it is, login page. Oh, somebody lately told me that the handshake captures were not working. Those supposed to work, but at least my Ziggo portal is working, because that's running at the moment, and we have quite a few connects. So I'm in the Netherlands, I'm in the middle of an urban area, and you see that quite a few people tried to connect. Maybe a few phones try to connect. But anyways, you need the modules. So you go into manage, get available modules, and then install your Evil Portal. The first time you open it, Pineapple will ask you to install some dependencies. Please go ahead and do that. In my case, we already have those. So what we're going to do, I'm going to delete my portals that are already in here, just to give you an idea of everything out of the box. So this is how it looks like the first install, and as you can see now, we don't have anything in the library. So you go into your Filezilla, you'll highlight the portal folder. The portal folder comes when you install the Evil Portal. Then on the left side you browse to the location where you have all your stuff going on. Let's see, where is my stuff? Oh, it's on a different drive. I could have prepared this, but I didn't. Shame on me. So this is where we extracted all the portals. So you highlight your portal, on back, highlight it, make sure that you are in your portals folder, so it says root portals in here. You highlight it and you say upload. And Filezilla will transfer it and it says success in the top. So now it's on there. As you can see in here, it's not in here yet. Don't be fooled by any of those refresh thingies because they're not going to show you. The only thing to make it refresh is to jump out of it and jump back in. There we go, and now we see we have a Ziggo login. Now remember, we didn't do much than changing the Ziggo login folder, right? We didn't do anything. So I'm going to show you a quick trick. You activate it, you make sure you start the web server, and then in preview, see, we still have the old Starbucks. But remember this, because every time we do a little change, we can use the preview window to monitor the outcome. And I learned that this is very useful. I didn't use it in my last video, so that's why I felt a need for a new one. This preview button comes in very handy when creating stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna fix, the icons, right? We're not Starbucks, we're Ziggo. So the first thing I'm gonna change is the icons. So let's go. I already prepared them. I gave them exactly the same name. Oh, well, I'm having a hard time. I gave them exactly the same name, the same size, so that's what you should do. And now we say, well, I'm trying to copy them, but every time I do it, it opens it. So we say copy. We go into the portal. This is our new one. Go into the assets folder, go into image, and then what you should do is you should replace them. The name need to match, the size need to match in order to get this working, guys. So that's very important. Now they are in my downloads folder. I still need to update this. So what you do, when you're connected, you can just simply refresh, or in Quick Connect you can see it's in here as well. And what you do is upload these. It will ask you to override. I'm going to do something you should never, but I'm going to say always. And now when we go back in here, see, there we go. So this is really fast, really easy modifying a portal. So imagine any logo, you paste that in the folder and it would show here. Well, the colors of Ziggo, they don't match, right? We have some stuff that requires a little bit of tweaking, like this text, and that's where Studio Code comes in very handy, because you see we have mainly three colors. We have some gray, we have some light green, we have dark green. So if you go in here and you open your styles, and I think it's by default, so Studio Code, the latest one, it will highlight stuff like colors, you see, and it comes with a very convenient color picker right next to it. See this? So this piece of code, without knowing what the account wall is, it's white, and if I hover over it, I can tweak. And if we go look for where are the rest of our code is, remember we have the light green in here, terms and Google. See, URL, color link, visited, hover, active, and this is the green stuff, URL color 1, so I guess that's free Wi-Fi. So this is very easy for us to change. So the simplest way, at least I think that maybe if you come with a better way, go be my guest, but you open your file, you say edit with Paint 3D. Many other programs can do this as well, but in the bottom here you have this little eyedropper. You select that and you hover over the color you desire. You click, and then in here it shows you the hex value FF8700. So remember that. So what I'd like to do is FF8700. I always type it on the left. So I press the Windows button, it opens your Windows search thingy if you start typing. So not again, FF8700, and then I can copy copy this, because the good thing about this way is that there's no formatting or anything. It's just plain text. You go in here. Well, we'd like to get rid of that free Wi-Fi. I think Ziggo, everything is orange, so let's say it's safe to Control F for search. Expand this little thing. In replace, we're gonna paste our FF8700, and in here we're gonna enter this number. So 007140, and as you can see, it highlights it, so we confirm it's working. And then in the bottom here you have replace all. Well, I think it's pretty safe. See, and it updates to a nice bright orange. So if I press Ctrl S for save, so it says unsaved in the top, Ctrl S. Well, there's one thing that says unsaved. Why does it say unsaved? Ah, I need to go into here. Yeah. So if you have open tabs, the Ctrl Save All does not work. You need to go in there and Ctrl S. I'm gonna leave this green as it is. So Ctrl S. Make sure it doesn't say saved stuff. You go back into your Filezilla and make sure you're still connected. The top left corner will tell you, hey, we're still connected. Highlight it, upload, and all we need to do is to go back into our Wi-Fi portal, close this, preview. Hey, free Wi-Fi. It's now orange. Let me do that real quick now, because I gave you a clue on how to approach this. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to do replace all. Ctrl S, make sure it doesn't say save. Upload. See? They're orange. So in literally I can do this in 5 or 10 seconds. I can update something. We're getting pretty close now to a finished portal, right? So what else? We have an accept and connect button. So where should it reside? I guess not in the styles, because this has everything to do with how things style. So we're gonna close this. We're gonna close styles. My guess is that this will be in the index. So search for accept. You can also use your search functionality, of course. Well, let's do that. Let's say I'm looking for the button called accept and connect. So accept. It found 3 results. It highlights name, login, submit, accept and connect. How did it look? Accept and connect. Exactly what we need. In my case, accept and connect sounds like, hey, you're gonna make something new. I would have suspicion maybe if it said accept, because what do we need to accept? I'm already a client. I have my username and password, so I would go for maybe login. And now there is a question mark on my head. Why can I not edit? Because this is not a plain text, right? This is whenever code says something, it must be between those little 2 brackets. So am I at the right spot? I guess not. Maybe we overlooked something. What does it say? Connect. I'm gonna search for connect. It finds 2 results. I guess we are looking for a button. So that's type password. We're gonna change that later on. We don't have any connect in here. Yeah, let's have a try. Let's see what it does if we say password. You guys must be like, hey, Foose, you're a dumbass. It must be that button. Oh, there we go. Now I can change it. So we're gonna leave the connect. So I'm gonna do Ctrl S, upload, login and connect. So we're at the right spot. Sorry guys for the delay, but this is where we are looking. That's if you're not familiar with PHP, which I am. I'm not familiar with that kind of stuff. I'm just doing stuff. I guess most of you do that as well. This is the way to learn how stuff works, right? Okay, so in the bottom, I also don't like this stuff in the bottom. So need help? We can change that to the phone number of Ziggo. We can stick with the link and I agree, that kind of stuff. But let's say we're not interested in any of that. So let's say we delete this part. And let's say we're gonna say something simple, something the user would have as an instruction, like use your Ziggo account to log in to the, and how do they call it? They call it the Wi-Fi spots. And then let's get rid of all this stuff. Use your Ziggo account to log into the Wi-Fi spot. Well, you can go fancy here, but let's keep it simple. Ctrl S, let's see if it still works, because we took out some pieces. Use your Ziggo account to log into the Wi-Fi spot. Alright, it tells remember this skills, right? It's HTML, so we should be good. What else is not right? So the button color. We need to find that little button. Oh, well, also in the top, free Wi-Fi. I don't like free Wi-Fi. We're gonna call it Ziggo Wi-Fi spots. For my friends at Google, well, the easiest way to get things going is to go to the Ziggo website and just have a look at their website. See if you can spot any fancy slogan. So let's say Ziggo Wi-Fi spot. Ziggo Wi-Fi spot. So if I click the first link, it's called Ziggo Wi-Fi spots. Let's see if we can do the same. Ziggo Wi-Fi spots, spelled the same. Internet op zo'n 2 miljoen plekken zonder extra kost. So that's a bit of Dutch, but it says internet on 2 million spots. Ctrl C, you go into your Windows key again, you paste that in there, and you do Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and remember that takes out the formatting. If I copy this with any formatting, we will mess up our PHP file, which we don't like. So let's change that to internet op zo'n 2 miljoen plekken zonder extra kosten. So that's catchy. That's what people see when they go to the website of Spot. So let's say Ctrl S. Go in Filezilla again. Go in the preview. See, Ziggo Wi-Fi spots. I also don't like the word email and password because that's English and the rest is Dutch. And the funny thing is that even when you're not a Dutch person, if you run this as an evil portal, let's say on the airfield, Schiphol airfield, a lot of people might look for free internet because on airports you usually have to pay, or you have this, where you don't trust the free Wi-Fi because you're aware of evil portals out there, and you might like, hey, there's Ziggo, they have Ziggo here. Sounds logic. It's the largest ISP in the Netherlands, so why not? So yeah, make everything the same, but make sure that to make it consistent. You do everything either in English or in Dutch, whatever you prefer. You don't need to understand all that bullcrap. Everybody knows that an email is the same word in the Netherlands. So what we need is password. So we do Ctrl F, password. So that's a bit of text right there. We don't need that. Password. Here we go, password. And here I have with a small letter, and we have a placeholder with a large letter. And this is going to be your Dutch lesson for today. Password is wacht, a word in Dutch. Alright, so email will stick with email, that's fine. Ctrl S. And now we go to style, and we're gonna look for that green button, right? We have somewhere is a, so I'm just scanning those things. I'm not reading any text, I'm scanning for a box with a bit of green in there. Do we have a box with a bit of green? Here we have a box with a bit of green. Background color of a button primary. Now, well, that sounds like what we need. So we copy this, Ctrl C, we do Ctrl F, we expand this, we paste it in here. Well, it remembered our previous thingy. So go ahead and replace all of that. You can go fancy with the gradient. If we do Ctrl Z. Was there a bit of gradient? Well, the gradient was all the same, right? There was not really one of them in here, so that was gray or white. So let's go there. Okay, see, it has this little bit of gradient in the top, and if you want to go fancy, see if you can fix that, because in here, see, that's the top gradient. So what we can do is, the old button had dark in the dark green in the bottom, and then light in. So let's do this, and then let's say just give it any random value, because now they're distinguished from the ones that are the bottoms. I think if we go like this, that's why I give it a value of 86, so we can do replace all without hurting the other ones. See, now we have a little bit of gradient. That's all the fancy stuff, right? We're not going into depth of this, too much depth. So I did Ctrl S. I don't have any unsaved stuff in there. Upload. Oh, look at that button with gradient. In the one I uploaded to my GitHub, it doesn't have, but guys, it's, if you spend more time, you might fool a few extra people, right? That's the way it is. The more time you spend on this, the more people are able to follow you and buy your fake portal. Also, the background I chose here is like, yeah, I saw it scaled nice, so when I take my laptop, with a large resolution. It still scales nice. It looks better than in this preview window, but on my phone, you might have seen that it also, the scaling is just, you can put more time in there, but there's really not a Ziggo background thing. Maybe you can do something with this background, or I don't know. Not sure if you should go all the way. I don't think it's needed. Alright, so what if we have email, we have wachtwoord, we have login, and connect. The word connect still bothers me. Connect. No results, because that should be in index. Login, submit. Login, and the Dutch word for connect is verbinden. Login and verbinden. Login and connect. Control S. Oh. And then I go back in here. Is there a refresh in here? Maybe that would work as well. No, I don't see a refresh in here, but maybe there's a shortcut for refreshing this window, but closing and opening is the same. So login and verbinden. Login is still a bad name, so we're gonna change login to inloggen. Inloggen is more Dutch. So inloggen. Inloggen and verbinden sounds right. Use your Ziggo account to log in. Why did I put it in English? That's because I'm talking English. Gebruik uw Ziggo account om in te loggen. And it still says use your Ziggo account to log in. And I think that's going to be our final upload. Gebruik uw Ziggo account om in te loggen. And I can do whatever I want. You have not been authorized. Well, fine. I noticed that this button is a blue color. Maybe we can fix that real quick before we close this down. Is there a blue in here? So button primary, I would expect maybe I'm gonna do a reverse lookup. So we're gonna do this, and oh, this is the gradient. All right. Come on, guys, tell me if I overlooked text shadow. These are the terms, we're not using them anymore. Google text, account. Don't think any styling is in here. No. That's not our blue. There's a button hover here, button active. Not sure why good old Kleo. See, that's green. So it was our button primary, and it's in here as well. It's also green. Okay guys, I'm not gonna put too much time in this because it's gonna get a very boring piece of video. But as you see, you've seen the trick, right? Put more time in this and to make it fancy. Yeah, and you might fool one or two more clients. So the only thing left now, so we close this down. So the only thing left now is to make sure when you go into settings and you go to network, you need to make sure that your open access point says Ziggo. Your channel 1 gives you the best Wi-Fi coverage. Lower megahertzes mean wider area. Make sure it's not hidden and it's open and running. And then make sure that it says active in here, that your portal is active. See, still clients are connecting and disconnecting, and you need to make sure it says start. And now everybody that hooks on into your Ziggo open Wi-Fi will end up on the page we just provided. See if it updates. See, there's a little error in the top right. That's the thing. Even this firmware, which I tested quite extensive, does not always work. But refresh it, give it a bit of time, and you should be good. So test at google.com 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not authorized. People might be tricked to enter more of those, and in here you get your log with all your credentials. So guys, happy hunting, good luck. If you have any suggestions, if you have anything you want to ask me, or anything you'd like to share with me, or things you've seen, hey, you can do that better because I'm also learning here, please tell me, let me know. And then yeah, I'm happy to listen to you guys and see what we can build together. Thank you for the time. Good luck building your own. And I'm gonna disable comments for now on the YouTube channel because people go crazy with bugs. Make sure to report those on your on Hak5. If you go to my GitHub, I have a GitHub page where all the links are for all the files, all the programs I used, all the settings, but also the Hak5 forum topics. So yeah, just make sure that whenever you have something, to post those in the right places. And yeah, good luck guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much, bye bye.